Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 27 of the Black Sun Syndicate Squadron Shootout. This episode we've got the Biped Brigade by Stoic Steve over here, going up against the Force of Nature by Fiddlesticks. And also, as you can see, I talked to Wootness about the mod once again, and Wootness made the font for a little bit bigger and changed the colors, so the total health thing should be a lot easier to see now. Alright, but anyway, let's go ahead and get round one underway. We've got a whole bunch of shells going out from the Force of Nature. So far, no connections, and there's that first barrage of APS shells as the direct-fed cannons finally load on the Biped Brigade. And now the pain starts. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the first barrage didn't seem to do a whole lot, but now they're the continued fire is doing some work on the Albatross here. No, this is the Grizzly. Yeah, this is the Grizzly. But I saw some hits going off on the Biped Brigade vessels here. There was a big explosion on the Scopio top. Ready to go. Let's go check and see how these guys are doing. I'm not sure if it was just a missile hitting or if something critical went up. Well, it looks like the Peck is getting penalty time, has gone out of range or something, but it is gaining penalty time. Yeah, it does look like the top here took a hit, but it seems to be doing just fine. It looks like one of the ammunition, looks like there might be ammo storage back here, yeah. And one of the pods of ammunition went up. Ooh, it's got some cram shells coming in. Are those going to land? That one looks like it's going to go between the top and the base. Oh. I'm not oh, yeah, it blew off a bunch of the barrels on the upper parts there. Looks like it collided with the barrel. The Peck is still gaining penalty time. I'm not sure where it went or what it's doing to be doing that. Let's see if I can't find it on the map. No, I'm not going to be able to. Never mind. We'll find it when it blows up. If it doesn't get back in range, that is. That might be it there, and it might just be too high. Yeah, I think this is the Peck right here, and it was too high, but now it's come back down. But the Grizzly here is withstanding the barrage from the Biped Brigade fairly well. It's not going to be able to do it forever. It's survived pretty well so far, though, and is still alive and still fighting. But it has definitely taken some damage. It's down to 74%. Nothing's going to be able to stand up to that absolute storm of frag shells that comes out of these things. Not for long, anyway. Like we had an explosion of some sort here. Yeah, I think that definitely the best counter to this, I think, that's available in the tournament anyway, would be heavy armor, because heavy armor would cause a lot of those. I mean, you can see the fragments bouncing off just the metal here, which significantly reduces their damage. So heavy armor would make them bounce even more frequently, and also has, you know, more hit points, more AC. I mean, heavy armor wouldn't be able to stand up to it forever. Like, nothing can stand up to it that for a significant time, but it would definitely help. It's like, I wonder if those shells are going to be able to hit the Hellfires and the Fire and Brimstone. Oh, had a bit of FPS hang up there. Now the Albatross over here is getting absolutely shredded. A lot of them are missing. I don't know how much longer the Albatross is going to be able to stand up to that. The Sparrow has been destroyed. The Grizzly is despawning. The Albatross is under heavy fire. Yeah, this is not looking good for the force of nature here. It's just getting... Oh, and it just lost those turrets. That's just such a storm. A friggin' advanced cannon shot. Just so many bullets. Just a cloud. And then that one lonely little missile. Oh, okay, there's a couple of them. Oh yeah, and see how there's this heavy armor on the Albatross, and it seems to be standing up to the shots mostly. It's all the other parts that are getting shredded. It's a shame that heavy armor is so, well, heavy, because it just makes it impractical to use as a main defense. And that is the sort of thing that would make strategies like, oh, the Scopio Top's really far out there in the base, yeah, and they're gaining penalty time. They have gone out of range. They need to come about and start moving back in before they get themselves disqualified. Then again, I don't think the Biped Brigade really needs its flagship to win at this point, because it seems the airships are able to do enough damage. They're able to hit and damage the Barracuda submarine. Yeah, this thing is melting. Oh, it's also despawning. That's probably part of the reason. I think it's 80% in sinking. Yeah, it was health 80% below, or below 80% in sinking. So yeah, that is the end of round one, folks. The Biped Brigade by Stoic Steve is victorious. I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot what it is. Gotta love those brain fart moments, huh? Anyway, we'll go ahead and get round two set up. Yeah, just... And I did set the damage to materials back up because, yeah, that's the condition the tournament was in before the mod, so I should try and keep the conditions as close to pre-mod as I can post-mod. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get round 2 here underway. If the force of nature can land some early shots and knock out some of those guns, they have a chance. But you know, From the Depths AI is horrible at aiming. Like, this is not exactly the most difficult target to hit, but oh, and you know what? I just saw, oh, that stupid projectile limit. See, watch, those projectiles will probably get despawned before they connect. Yep, see, they got despawned before they even got there. That's actually kind of bullshit, but I mean, there's not really anything I can do about that. The Biped Brigade did not break any rules in the way they were designed, but that is a limitation of the game, and that's really unfair, but I mean, there's not really anything I can do about it. Yeah, that's... I guess I should have made a limitation to, like, the number of firing pieces you can have per vessel or something. I don't know. It's really lame that basically the force of nature can't win. It's impossible, because their shots will get despawned before they arrive, because the Biped Brigade fires so many that they hit the projectile cap and despawn the enemy's shots. Well, actually, it looks like those ones got through. Well, they missed, but they didn't get despawned, so that's something. But yeah, that projectile cap is... There's some hard limits and way things work in this game that I really don't understand why they exist. Like, I can understand maybe the projectile cap existing for performance reasons, but then why is the cap so high? Because at 500 projectiles, you're already, like, dragging down the performance a lot. Like, at that point, it's like, why even have the cap? There might be some sort of coding issue or something. I don't know. I really don't like the fact that the force of nature is losing whatever chance it had to win because of a limitation in the game design. Now, no, this is not I'm not blaming Stoic Steve here. This Biped Brigade isn't breaking any rules or anything. You know, it's just it's the design of the game's fault, not his fault. I don't think Stoic Steve did this on purpose. I don't think his strategy was fire so much shit that it makes your vehicles your shots despawn before they can hit me. Because his entry doesn't consistently do that. So, I mean, you can see there are some hits being landed on the Scopio top over there now. It just does it just enough to where it's really impacting the force of nature's ability to fight here. But live and learn. If I ever do a tournament with advanced cannons in it again, this sort of thing will not be allowed again. Just because it's not fair. these areas that have the heavy armor, they stand up to the onslaught a lot better. I mean, they don't stand up to it forever, and I think that's another flaw with the game in that it doesn't matter how much damage something does. If you shoot even the heaviest block, even a heavy armor block, enough times, even with the weakest weapon, it will break. Which I don't particularly like, because I mean, if you think about it, if you walk up to a tank like a Sherman or maybe a Panzer IV or a Tiger, whatever, it doesn't matter, a friggin' tank with armor, and you shoot it with even like a 45, it doesn't matter how many times you shoot it, you're never going to do anything more than scratch the paint. Like, you could pump 1,000,000 rounds into that steel, and it won't do anything. I mean, yeah, 45 is kind of a small round in comparison, because I think the smallest you can get in this game is 18mm. But still, a meter of steel, like, shouldn't even notice that 18mm touched it. Like, that shouldn't even tickle that much metal. Those missiles connected there and did some damage to which guy is this? The Sparrow? Oh, jeez. And yeah, the Sparrow just it just died. All that's left once more is the Barracuda. Where is the Barracuda? That's the Scopio. Just follow the blue tracers. And you can see, even though several of these vessels at the moment are clearly out of range of the Barracuda, wherever it is. Oh, it's right there. It's shooting all these missiles. They are, well, some of them are gaining penalty time, but not all of them are. Because as long as you're moving, the mod is set up so that if you're moving toward your enemy, then you don't get penalty time. So, and I actually can't look at the actual distances because for some reason the AI control menu where I would normally do that at is empty when you use this mod. Oh, and that's why the PEC's getting it. Look at how high it is. It's way out of bounds high. And the other ones are not, because they're moving towards the enemy. Yeah, I don't mind that with the whole armor thing, that blocks do take damage even from some shots, because you know you can damage metal without penetrating it, but you know, something like this where they're doing damage just because there's so many shells, even though the shells are tiny. Like realistically, these shells should just be bouncing off of metal armor and doing absolutely nothing to them. But they do, and they do minuscule amounts of damage, but there's so many of them that they end up melting the blocks off anyway. That's something I don't really like in the game, but you know, it is what it is. I'm also the type of player that likes to make big, heavily armored things, and unfortunately, those are just very suboptimal. It's a very suboptimal build style in this game. Barracuda is just getting absolutely melted. And I believe it is despawning now. Yep, it is despawning. So yeah, that is it, folks. That is the end of this battle. Congratulations, Stoic Steve. You are moving on to round 3 of the primary bracket. My condolences, Fiddlesticks, which I think that may have been the first time I actually said your name. I think I may have forgotten to say your name when I introduced the Force of Nature earlier. Oops, sorry. I forgot. My bad. But anyway, my condolences off Fiddlesticks. You'll be going down to the secondary bracket where you'll be facing the Mesotethys Strike Force, it seems. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.